We got some significant news last night that Nebraska's running back coach E.J. Barthel might be on the move. It was first reported by Pete Nakos and Sean Callahan at On3 that the Texas Longhorns have interest in poaching him from Nebraska to be their next running back coach. So in today's video, I'm going to go over my instant reaction. What's the reality behind the situation? Is he actually going to leave? Would that be a loss? And everything else you need to know. So really quick, this is a big time video. Hit that like button if you're fired up. And also if you're a diehard Nebraska fan, you're unsubscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button for updates just like this that you're going to get nowhere else in daily Husker football content. Hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much. But without further ado, let's get into it. Going over this situation, all credit to On3, Pete Nakos, Sean Callahan, and their entire team for reporting this last night that the Texas Longhorns, they've had a running back coach vacancy for some time now, and E.J. Barthel has been linked to that vacancy as of recently. There's perhaps some interest from Texas to hire him away from Nebraska. Now, this is not too shocking. I actually think E.J. Barthel is a pretty good coach. I know some of the Nebraska fan base, they're not high on him. I personally am. I think he's a great recruiter. He's built up this East Coast connection that the Huskers are really reaping the benefits of. He's getting better as a developmental positional coach. Emmett Johnson obviously getting better, has the best year of his career. Ramir Johnson played well. I thought, Quinn Ives continued to get better. So I think he's a great recruiter. I think he's a great developmental guy. There's no shocker to me that Texas is trying to get him over there to his staff. Now, it also should be mentioned that E.J. Barthel is currently getting paid the least out of all of Nebraska's positional coaches, only $300,000. Now, his contract expired at the end of 2024, but it was presumed that he was going to get an extension, that they were going to give him a raise, and he was going to stay with the coaching staff. Now, he is still with the coaching staff, but they have not posted his new contract, his new raise, which makes it sound like they're still debating, they're still negotiating this. So it's not shocking that Texas is trying to swoop up and get him because this contract's not figured out. Maybe Texas is going to pay him more. Maybe he's just not interested in coming back to Nebraska. I don't know, but it's not shocking with the way he was getting paid. He wasn't getting paid probably as much as he should have, and they're still trying to negotiate this contract that other schools are trying to swoop in here. So very interesting situation. Again, I don't know what the deal is with E.J. Barthel. Again, last offseason, there was a rumor that he wasn't going to return, that he was going to go, his separate ways. He ended up coming back. And now this offseason, there's a rumor that Texas is trying to swoop him up. So will be interesting to see what happens here. Maybe E.J. Barthel doesn't want to come back, right? We know when Dana Holgorsen got to Nebraska that he said the running backs weren't playing up to snuff. Maybe E.J. felt some sort of way about that. Who knows? He's not, super close with Dana, so maybe he wants to go over to Texas. I mean, Texas is the better job, let's be completely honest with you. So we will see there. Again, this is not a done deal, but Texas has been linked to E.J. Barthel. They're probably going to interview him, see what happens there. I don't know if Nebraska will shut that down, give him a good raise, and keep him going forward. But, I think E.J. Barthel, personally, I like him as a coach. He's very, very valuable when it comes to recruiting Nebraska. They got Jamarian Parker in last year's class, who's a 4-star talent. They're in the mix for Zevin Walker, for Brian Bonner, who are both very high 4-stars in the 2026 class. So he's a great recruiter. I think he's getting better as a developer. I really like him personally. I don't want to see him go. Will be interesting to see what happens here. But again, reported by On3 that Texas might be targeting him to be their next running backs coach. We'll definitely keep an eye on that, see if Nebraska can keep him for yet another year, because I do think it would be a loss for the Big Red, especially at this point in the offseason, because if he leaves, who are you going to replace him with? Because there's not many guys in the market right now. You're probably going to have to take another guy from another school. So I'll keep you guys posted on what's going on with this situation, the E.J. Barthel. Again, there's some interest there between Texas. This is not a done deal. It doesn't mean he's going to get interviewed. It doesn't mean that he's the leading candidate. It just means it was reported by On3 that there is interest between E.J. Barthel and Texas. It looks like it may be mutual. We will see there, but he's a candidate for their job. All right, guys, let me know your thoughts down below. Absolutely want to hear what you have to say. It takes 5 seconds. Comment your thoughts. Hey, if you made this far in the video, you know what to do. Hit that like button and subscribe. As always, folks, go Big Red, go Rhule. See you in the next one.